The New York Rangers will be taking on the Buffalo Sabres in the season opener later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It should be a ton of fun to watch. So we're going to kind of preview this game in today's video, taking a look at their lines, our lines, and kind of just my overall thoughts going into this game because it should be a ton of fun to watch here. And I'm definitely excited to watch some regular season New York Rangers hockey. Starting things off here, taking a look at the goaltenders here for the Rangers. It's going to be Igor Shesterkin. Let's be real here. It's not going to be Jonathan Quick. There's no chance. So that's that. We already know Igor is a Vezina caliber goalie. He is elite. We know who he is and what he does. He's a very good goaltender. Taking a look at the Buffalo Sabres goalie, though, that is more than likely going to be Devon Levi. He's a Canadian, former Florida Panther draft pick in the 7th round of the 2020 draft. Played for Team Canada at the World Junior Championships. Went on a good run there with that team. Was the best goalie at that tournament. And then obviously, he got traded to Buffalo, and this past season played a bit of games after finishing his season with Northeastern University at the NCAA level. Had 7 games played with Buffalo in the NHL, had 21 goals against, had a 2.94 goals against average, a 905 save percentage, but 5-2 record. He looked very good, and this is a guy who I think has a pretty high ceiling. He could definitely be a maybe at least above average starting caliber goalie, if not like a top 10, top 14 kind of guy. I think he definitely has that capability. So we'll see how he does. He's still only 21 years old, didn't turn 22 until December. He's 6 foot, 184 pounds, not oversized by any means, but definitely a good goalie. So we'll see what happens there. But he had a phenomenal year in the NCAA last year, having 34 games played, having a 933 save percentage, a 2.24 goals against average, and the year before that had 32 games played, a 1.54 goals against, and a 952 save percentage. So this is a very good goaltender, definitely a great goalie prospect, one of the better goalie prospects in all of the NHL right now. So he's going to be good, I'm sure, but we'll have to see what happens there with the young guy, obviously still going into his rookie year. So he actually could be a potential Calder Trophy candidate as well. Now taking a look at the Sabres lines and D pairs in the last practice before the opener. So this is kind of what more than likely will happen. It is Jeff Skinner on the left wing, Tage Thompson down the middle, and Alex Tuch on the right wing. A very good first line. Second line, you have a young guy in JJ Peterka, who's obviously a former German guy. Definitely has a pretty high ceiling, so we'll see what he can do this year. Last year had 32 points in 77 games played, so definitely could be a breakout candidate. And you have Dylan Cousins centering that line. Signed a big contract fairly recently, so definitely a guy who has a very high ceiling and definitely could be a huge impact player in this game. Then you have Olofsson on the right wing, a pretty good goal scorer, Swedish guy. Then on the third line here, you have Jordan Greenway. Casey Middlestat was the guy who the Rangers, were kind of linked to a bit back at the draft where we drafted Elias Anderson. So, interesting there to see him. He has had a pretty good career and definitely a better one than Elias himself. And then we have Zach Benson, a 2023 13th overall pick from this year's draft. Only 18 years old still, pretty small at 5'9", 163 pounds, but had a very good year last year with the Winnipeg Ice. 60 games played, 98 points, 36 of them were goals. He's a very talented player. Really kind of showed out at preseason and training camp and stuff. So we'll see how big of an impact he can have. Then that fourth line here, you have Zemgus Girgensson, Peyton Krebs, another young guy, and then Kyle Caposo. They're kind of veteran leader there. And then for the D pairs, though, obviously Rasmus Dahlin is their number one D man, a very good guy, and definitely could be a guy potentially going after the Norris Trophy this year. That's definitely possible. Matthias Samuelsson, fairly young guy, really good defensively, pretty solid player to paired with Rasmus Dahlin. Then another former first overall pick in Owen Power, paired with Yoki Haru. And then you have on that third D pair there, you have Eric Johnson on the left side and Connor Clifton on the right. So, overall, a pretty good, lineup there. I think they have some good forwards, a good D-core. Their D-core definitely looks more improved this year, being that you have Dahlin in another year. He had a huge year last year. Definitely could take another step forward. Samuelsson is a good young D-man. He's only going to get better. Owen Power, obviously last year, was a rookie. This year, I would imagine he takes a big step forward, and he has some good kind of, more veteran guys on that third D pair there in Connor Clifton and Eric Johnson. And Yoki Haru is just a solid guy, nothing too special though. But overall, they have a very solid team. And taking a look at the Rangers side of things here, we have, obviously, we know for the most part, but going over the lineup here from the last practice before the opener, we have Chris Kreider on the left wing, Mika Zibanejad down the middle, and Kaapo Kakko on the right wing. Very interested to see what Kakko can do there. Then you have on the second line, Panarin, Hedel, and Lafreniere. So It's going to be a good line there, I think. Hopefully Lafreniere can take those big steps forward like we kind of need to see and expect. On the third line there, we have Will Cooley, which is obviously great to see, a young prospect. Had 4 games played last year. Maybe can be a sneaky guy if he plays the full year for the Calder. Probably not. It's going to be a very tough year, obviously, to really get in the mix for the Calder. But you never know. Maybe he has a massive year. It's definitely possible. Then Vincent Trocheck down the middle there with Blake Wheeler on the right wing. And then you have for the fourth line, Gaudreau, Bonino, and Pitlick. Very solid fourth line there. Obviously, VC is the scratch for the forward side of things. And for the decor we have here, Lindgren and Foxy, Miller, Trouba, the exact same thing as last year. Not really too much of a surprise. And for that third D pair, though, I really love this third D pair. Eric Gustafsson, the veteran puck-moving offensive D-man, who's all right defensively, with the more defensive, big, tough-hitting, scrappy guy in Braden Schneider, a very talented two-way guy, but definitely more defensive. I think this is a perfect D partner for Braden Schneider, the young guy, former first-round pick. And obviously the scratch there is Zach Jones because he can't be sent down to the AHL, so he's going to have to be kind of a scratch / 7th D-man, 6th D-man here and there as well. So we'll see what happens there, but overall, it should be a great game. We know Igor's in net. Devon Levi is going to be good for the Buffalo Sabres, but overall, it should be a great game, and I am just excited to watch some New York Rangers hockey. It should be a ton of fun to watch. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are a New York Rangers fan, definitely smash that like and subscribe button for daily New York Rangers content. And if you are a Sabres fan, I have another NHL channel where I'll be posting a lot more throughout the season as well, linked in the description. So definitely go check those out. Thanks for watching, and comment down below your guys' thoughts on this game and predictions. What do you think the score is going to be? Do you think it's going to be like 4-1 for the Rangers, 3-2 for the Sabres? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Thanks for watching, and go Rangers go.